Welcome back. So this is Super Grub2 Disk 2022 Secure Boot Approach number 9. Okay. So let's see what we want to do. There's this no load. So today what we are going to do is try to work a bit on these menus, maybe with this idea or the first one, but I think this other idea, I think there are so many that probably I'm going to use the first idea with everything here. But before doing that, it would be nice to have the IA32 download the scripts for Debian, and then 64 for Ubuntu. Okay. And the idea is that we generate a menu secureboot.cfg so that we can change. This needs to be ignored by GIT, and also we need to define a platform order that I think we're just going to define it here, so that first is x64 and then it's IA32. Okay, so that's a bit the idea which needs to be done here. Yeah, so first of all we should check Debian download for IA32, which should be quite boring because it should be more or less the same thing as we are doing for Debian x64, but change the binaries. So well, maybe we can check what's the last thing we have around here. Add explanation, add another way. Let's see if there's something. Debian description. Yeah, description is something that we have not saved yet. Then there's the default, which I don't think we are going to use anymore. So let's try to work on Debian x64 something. So okay, let me see, let's do this like this. So x64 we should have an IA32 with Debian folder. Here we should also have Debian folder, and now we have the description, which is something that we are trying to understand if we are going to add it or not so far. Then we have this thing here, which is the load IA32 Debian. Okay, so here there is where IA32 should be used, so that we have different temporary directory, and so that we have a source code which is different, even if for Debian it's going to be the same source code for everything, if I'm not mistaken. So let's take a look what we have here. So here we have the scene binary download, which is for AMD64. It's not for i386. Okay, then you've got the signed group binary download. Okay, which is going to it's going to be the same thing. It's AMD64. Okay, and down here you can see how you've got this source code. Okay, so this source code, if I'm not mistaken, it's used for both x64 and IA32, so we are okay on having both of them. Okay, so yeah, and this is the source code too. Well, not this one. Well, this should not be the same source code, but maybe this one here, yes, it's the same one. So we will have to check step by step if it's the same thing or not. But the idea is that you have similar binaries around here. Okay, so first of all, we're going to work with the shim binary. Okay, so let's see. Manage. Okay, this is Ubuntu. And how the hell do you make a virtual machine so that it works properly? Yeah. Okay, so we don't need anything of this. I think this is the one that we were taking a look at. So the first one that we want to check is the shim signed version binary, I guess. I mean. So here you have shim shined. Okay. And as you can see, this is 138. Here you have the source files. Okay. And here you have the binary packages. And these binary packages, which are down here, okay, you have AMD64, ARM64, i366, oh my god, i386, the load. So this is the one that I want to download instead of the one that we already have. So this is it. Okay, and this file should be downloaded, and this strange thing here should be like this, plus. Okay. Then you need to copy this, which should be different. So this should be IA32, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, we can improve this so that the SV platform here is used here, so that we don't have to work around to change this into every different one of this. And the same thing should happen here when we do this copy here. It should be the EFI platform. Okay, let me do not try to go so fast right now. Okay, so we have this binary which is for shim signed. Okay, we unpack it, and yeah, then you copy the file to the right place. Yeah, nice. So signed group binary download. Now we need the new binary. Okay, now we can check here. So let's check the binary. Yeah, this one it's going to be more difficult. So I'm not sure how this package is named actually. So I'm not sure if this is like this. Probably this is the right way of doing this. Oh, look at that. That's not the right way of doing this. So yeah, look at that. So the original one was this one, which is def 11u1. So this one should be the same one, which is, yeah, it's the same thing. So we want this one here. A less bullseye version for this. Yes, but yeah, we want the same one, and that's it, I think. So this is the binary. So these are source files. Okay, this is the binary package, so this one down here. Okay, so now we should be able to replace this download file for the binary, and yeah, there is a lot of stuff. So we should be able to have this file, which I'm going to try to write this properly. So this is a plus, this is another plus, and that's it. So we want this binary from here to replace this one here, and that's it. So as we were saying, here we should have a file which we copy. Let's take a look at whatever we have on the binary. Let me check 1 second. Yeah, but here we download the binary. Okay. Okay, so this is the usual binary. Okay, so this is shim signed for bullseye, and we have the list of files. So the list of files for AMD64 is like this, and if you take a look at i38, you've got this, which is the right file name that we have used before. So here we copy usr lib shim ia32.efi.sign into the right path. Okay, and yeah, so the same thing we want to do with this signed version, but instead of this one we need the ia32 to take a look at the files which are inside of it. So this is ia32. Okay, so ia32 signed. Let's take a look at the files. So as you can see here, we should have the same thing. USR lib, which is the case here, USR lib group, and this is where is a bit changed. So this is I30 something, EFI signed group, IA32, that's right, EFI signed. That's what we want to copy into the right place. Okay, so now we have managed to have the right binaries. Okay, and now we should focus on the source code. So most of the source code should be the same thing. So this is the same thing, this is the same thing. Okay, I think that the dates do not matter too much. This is also the same source code. Okay, yeah, because this def11 UI is for group, and here we don't have this. Okay, the problem is the bit of a problem is here. Okay, so here you have this group, which is the same for both of them. This group is the same for both of them. However, this group EFI signed stuff is not okay, because this is not. So we want the signed source code. So this is what we have to look for. Okay, so if we go into group, what the hell is this? Yeah, if you go here, you can see how you've got this signed binary image, which is the one that we have copied. Okay, however, this I36, yeah, that's right. However, which are the source code? They are here, and they are different than the AMD 64. So we want this file, which is DSC. So DSC, let me check. DSC is here. Nice. And we also want the other file. The other file is tar.xc. So tar.xc should replace this one here. And that's it. So that way you have everything into the same place. It's turned on into a tar.gc. We are fine with all of this. Yeah. So right now we should be able to test this somehow, I guess. Inside of the so now we should have this secure boot.dir32, and yeah, I mean, how the hell? So this is secure boot. Okay. Yeah, this is not okay. This should be commit. Oh, Debian's like this. Okay, never mind. Okay, so now we have a commit, and we have this Docker here, which enables us to build everything. And so what we can do is to pull from origin, which is the other directory, master, and it's going to have this improvement on how to contribute, and this improvement on download IF32 Debian. The question is, how does it know that it needs to run this file? That's a good question. How does it know it? So yeah, maybe it's already built in when it needs to find everything. So Super Grub MK common. What the hell was this? Yeah, so this is the secure boot, default EFIs. Okay. So here we loop, and if we find this, it's copied into the default. This is Debian, so this Debian is copied into the removable media something. Okay, and yeah, that's the only way that you know that it's okay. So we should try this and see what happens. So this should be building whatever he needs again. However, the part about something is going to be different, if I'm not mistaken. So as you can see here, now we have these different installs. But so if you take a look at the results, which are here, I guess. So if we refresh this, we should have some new files from just now. That's right, these files are from here. And why the hell is there's another? Oh, okay, look at that. It has done some more stuff while we were not looking at here. So the one that we are interested in is this usb.emg file. Okay, and so the other day we copied it somewhere so that we could test this. So we have the start VM. So we have this start SGS VM, which has this image, which it is not where you expect it to be. So you have it here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, okay. So the way of working, so the way of updating this file which is not very useful for automating this, is that you just copy this super group to, wait a minute, secure boot.zip, you copy it here, then you unzip it so that you have the right one. You want to replace? Yes. So that means that now I should be able to come back to my secure boot VM. Okay, and here I guess that here some place around here we managed to run this with the boot menu on, and we can press ESC and say that we can boot, we want to boot from, was it hard disk 3 maybe? Yeah. So here we are inside of hard disk 3, which is the new image that we have just done. Okay, and now we should be able to see what's in the boot default stuff. So the boot default stuff, you should have this EFI. Yeah, so inside EFI you've got boot, and now we have some more files, which is boot ia32.efi and group ia32.efi. Not sure what this group.efi file is, but anyhow, you should also have EFI Debian. So DFI Debian, we have also this shim ia32 and group ia32. So I don't think this is going to work properly because this is an x64 machine, but we're going to test this anyway with this, with this stuff, and this is whatever is safe into the hard disk. So yeah, this is not going to work properly. We need a way of looking into the group file, now that I think about it. Chain loader. So this is just using chain loader. Okay. So now, if you do like this and you search for the so this is probably, yeah, so if you take a look into the Debian, you take a look around here and you try to run this, it will probably work, but I'm not sure it's going to work because of the architecture. Okay, bad shim signature. Wait a moment. Why this is a bad shim signature? Huh. That's a good question. Yeah. But shim signature. So maybe I have used the binary that it's not the correct one. So I'm not sure. I might be asking for this. What's the okay? Okay, I'm back. So yeah, this is not working as expected. I mean, probably you're not supposed to do this with an x64. Uh, but yeah. But the thing is that the files are there. So probably this same image with the virtual machine which is aimed at IA32 is okay for aim something something. So probably, yeah, probably we need to change this into IA32 and yeah. Yeah, so I am asking how the hell do I have to test this properly so that I can check all of this, because yeah, um, so far here on the virtual machine, which I can run again. So if you try to boot into the third hard disk and you check 32-bit firmware image. Okay, quit, halt. Whether you're using OFMD. Okay. So I'm using from I think installing. Okay. So yeah, okay. Let me see. Yeah, let me see. So this is IA32 OEMF. So let's download. So I have given a piece of advice, which is using the firmware for using OVMF binary. Okay, so this is something that you cannot do this. You cannot do with installing the package. So this should be something like taking a look at packagesdebian.org. By the way, that's a good question. I have this is from Ubuntu. Now that I think about it, yeah, so I'm using this from Ubuntu, so I should probably use the OVMF from Ubuntu too, instead the one of, yeah, let's take a look. OVMF, so this is Jammy, I think is the right, yeah, this is the one that I'm using. So this OMF and this is the one here. So let me see. So this is the one that I have already here. Okay, and apparently in Ubuntu you have this other file which has, yeah, different one. So I could just install this, I guess. Hopefully you don't need, hopefully this can be used on AMD64. It doesn't say anything. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think I should be able to test this properly. Thank you. Thank you, guys. So I have copied this file. So now, yeah, we don't need this this folder for anything. But the thing that I'm going to do is to make an, this is going to be IA32 BM. So this SIA32 BM should not be using this file here, but the ones that are for IA32. So yeah, so we want, wait a moment, we want the code, I guess. Well, I want to see how the hell is this installed on my system, because maybe there are some other paths and we are implying some paths and it's not the same way. Okay, so probably the right one is going to the right one. Okay, and so yeah, so let me see the code and bars. So the code one is this one here. That's it. So let's replace this one here with whatever is now using. And here we have the bars. So let's replace this with whatever are the bars for 32. Okay. That's it. That's nice. So now you should be able to run this thing like this. Now you press ESC and you go into boot manager. Look at this, how not so many stuff is here, because this is empty. We have not installed anything as EFI, but we can run this group, and here we can check. We should be able to check something here, I guess. So we should be able to check if we are on x64 or not. You can see how group CPU is i38, group platform is EFI. Okay, so this is nice, I guess. Okay. So here so here I have this stuff, and now we should be able to chain load the what we were testing before. So this is HDA AMS 1, which I think, yeah, that's right. And I'm going to test the other way around. So I'm going to go into Debian, and now I'm going to try to boot the x64.efi, and this should be, is this the right command which I was saying using? Yeah, and I should say boot, maybe. Unknown error, file path, something. Yeah, okay. Well, apparently it does not work so well, but it makes sense, because if this is i36, yeah, probably the binary yeah, I think the binary, the QML binary is the 64-bit one, because it makes sense to have this. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so I think that's what you expect to have. But now I should be able to have an IA32 from Ubuntu, if that's the case, and try if it works as expected or not. But yeah, this is what you've got the files in the right place. That's the thing that we wanted to test, if this was going to be okay or not. So we probably want to have something about, yeah, so this is about updated EMT. Okay, so the way we do it is like this. So I'm going to put it here so that we don't mess it up with this. Okay, and here we can check, we can focus on GitHub, on Git. Okay, so far we have managed to okay, so what we have here is all of this. Okay, so yeah, so now we have this. So I think that we are missing the 64 stuff. I mean the Ubuntu stuff. So let's work with that. Wait a minute, please. Okay, so yeah, so here what you want to do is to work with the Ubuntu stuff. Description, think we're not going to do it right now, but yeah. So the idea is to have this to the right place. So let's work with Ubuntu and see what the hell we can do with this. I think I'm going to copy this one because it has those variables, and so what we want to do here is to yeah, so you've got this something and you want to have Ubuntu. So far Ubuntu, I don't think we will have this IA32. I don't think they do it, but maybe I will be able to find it, I'm not sure. So yeah, so the idea is that we want to copy here this one here. Okay, and so we do two things here. So this is Ubuntu and this is x64. Wait a minute. So now we should be able to open this, and if I'm doing this right, you've got this x64 which I'm going to copy here. So here I'm going to copy x64, and now we should be able to work with Ubuntu without any hesitation. So this is the place where it is. We are here. Okay, so the vendor is also Ubuntu. Okay, so the SB vendor is used in a lot of places, and that's it. Yeah, so now we should work on the shin download and so on. So I'm not sure that Ubuntu has a snapshot. So yeah, snapshot Ubuntu. Do they have a snapshot? No, I don't think so. So yeah. Okay, so what the hell is this? Yeah, so we want to take a look at packages ubuntu.com and have here whatever it's used. So I want to use Chami because it's the latest stable version, and yeah, and we should be able to search here. So this is should be content of package. Yeah, so this is Chami, and Chami updates packboards. Yeah, package, I guess. So I want to search for shim-synced. Okay, look at that. Yeah, this file avionic update, focal updates. So is there something like jammy updates or not? It's a question that I have. Jammy updates? No, there is not. So we should be searching only on jammy. Okay, so we have this shim-shined. Okay, which, as you can see here, you don't have the i386 version, so we won't be able to boot i386 machines with this, unless we find out if there's an IA30. I mean, maybe if you look for something, I don't know, you look for the same thing, but for so you can see there are only two architectures here, but maybe if you go to the past you can find more of these architectures. No, you don't find them. Okay, so we had to test maybe doing something like this. No. Okay, yeah, so that's what we have. We don't have this in Ubuntu because they decided not to provide it. So yeah, so now Ubuntu sim signed something something. So this is AMD 64. Okay, so let's check how the hell do we download this. So let's download it from here maybe. So this should be the load that we want to have here. Okay, and this is the file name which we should be using. Okay, so take a look at this. We can just use the image as is. Yeah, so let's just do it. Okay, and now we're going to check which is the file name that they are using in Ubuntu, because we don't know if they are making the package the same way that we are, that the Debian does in Debian does. So here you can see the dual signed. Oh my god, what the hell is this dual signed? Is there something about canonical? Yeah, dual signed. Yeah, what the hell is this? I should probably ask in Ubuntu channel something. What the hell is this dual signed? Okay, look at that. Signed is signed with the 2011 UEFI only, and dual signed is signed by canonical and MSI. Okay, look at that, canonical. Okay, look at that. In light of the current boot hole vulnerabilities, it is desirable to support the macro-trained boot chain. Specifically, one can remove Microsoft key from database, not canonical one. In such scenario, will be only to boot Windows and Ubuntu and no other Linux. Furthermore, Windows production key can be removed as well if you want to disable booting Windows too. And apparently, if you have this, it doesn't work. So I don't see any. What's the name? I don't think this is useful for Super Grub2 Disk, But if someone wants to use the dual boot signature, we will add it somewhere somehow. But so far, I don't think this is needed. So I think this is exactly the same path. So it's USR shim. So let's take a look at it. So I think it's the same exact path. So as you can see, USR leaf shim shim, USR leaf shim shim x64.efi.signed. Okay, so this is exactly the same thing. So far we have managed to download the Ubuntu SimShine binary for Jammy. Okay, and it's here. Nice. What more do we need from around here? The grub binary. Okay, so the grub binary is the grub something sign something. What's the name? Group EFI AMD 64 sign. So let's go back to our original search. Okay, which is here, I guess, and we can search for something else, maybe. Yeah, so we can search on this thing. We can choose Jammy, and we can search for group EFI AMD 64. So I guess that's the same way. Do we have Jammy updates? Okay, 2626 Ubuntu. Is this the same file or not? I mean, it's going to link into the same place, isn't it? Jammy updates. No, that's not the same page. One, I'm not sure. I think it's the same version. 2062 Ubuntu 10. I mean, yeah, I think it's the same thing. So not sure if using Jammy updates it's anything better than what we are used to, but never mind. And maybe we can check this first, which is the binary path that it's being used or something. Yeah, so this is x64 something something, which is different to what we are used to. EFI signed, and it's group, yeah, and the EFI platform, that's the same thing, dot signed. Yeah, so this thing here should be replaced with the right thing here. Okay, so let's go back to this file, which should have binary download from here. Okay, so now we should be able to replace this download and just use this binary, which is quite long, so that it's here. Look at that. Nice. And now we can continue to do some stuff. Okay, so we copy the file, and we should focus on downloading these files from here, which are the source code for shim. Okay. So that's going to be nice. Yeah, so this is the source code. Uh, yeah. Yeah, okay, so let's focus on Ubuntu and the source code for shim. Um, so we had shim around here somewhere. Not this. Okay, so shim shin shim 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 shim. So we have these different files here. Have I managed to download this? DSC. What about this? Is a direct. I guess that I have to load this without being. Okay, so this is one of the source code. So this is the shim signed. Okay, so shim signed DSC is here. Okay, look at that. It's quite newer than the one from Debian apparently. And this is tar.exe. So this is tar.exe from here, from Ubuntu. Nice. Now we should have the shim itself or something like that. So this source code should have no. How the hell is this? You can see how DSC and tar. Yeah, these are the ones that I have downloaded here, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. I mean here. Okay, so now we need something about the Debian part, which I guess that Ubuntu has also this thing here somewhere, or not. I mean, I'm not sure, but this Debian should be related to shim itself. Yeah, shim itself. So look at sledge is here. Yeah. So yeah, what do you need here? Yeah, I need to take a look at shim, I guess. So probably the salt packages for shim. Jami. So as you can see here, you have these different files, which I think you download them directly. So let's just copy them. Okay. So DSC. So we probably will be able to remove one of this, the way it's been done on Ubuntu. So yeah, let's. What about the org? Yeah, probably I can remove this from here, although I'm not sure if I'm doing this right or not. So exe, wait a moment, so exe is this one here. Then you've got this DSC, which I'm not sure if this is source code, by the way. I think it's a signature, but you know, it's always better to have more than this. And this is Ubuntu. Okay. So Ubuntu signed something, 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 something. That's nice, I guess. Yeah. So now we are done with the Ubuntu shim source code download. And here we have Grub2. Okay. So Grub2, well, we should just search Grub2, I guess, or Grub. I'm not sure how this package is being named in. Okay, so Grub2 source code. Okay, so group EFI signed. Okay, let me check 1 second if this is used for something. Here you have this template, but you don't have. Maybe I should take a look at here. So this is group EFI AMD signed. So the question is, which is the source code? You've got it here. It's here, and you only have 2 files to download here. Okay, so DSC. So DSC and Grub2 signed. What the hell? So Grub2 signed is going to build Group EFI AMD 64 signed. So this is something that we want to have here. And there's also the tar XC for this same thing, which it's here. Okay, and there's also, yeah, the other thing that I want to download, even if it's not exactly the same thing, is the Grub2 stuff. So the Grub2 stuff. So the Grub2 stuff, I was trying to find it here, and there are these files here. There are 3 files here, which, yeah, so the first one is the DSC, which should be here. The next one is the tar XC with for Debian stuff, which is here. Okay, that makes sense. And then we have an ORIG, which is the original source code, which should be the same thing in one place or the other one. Okay, so that's it. I mean, yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, this is Ubuntu Grub2 source code. Here you have the shim source code. Probably there's something missing around here, and you also have the binaries, which is the interesting bit here. Okay, so let's commit this new file. Let's see what we do about it. So this is secureboot.dx64 Ubuntu, and we can just reuse something like x64 Ubuntus. Okay, So that means that in our Docker we can take this new file and build everything again. And that way we should also have Ubuntu. The one thing that I think it's not needed to have in our file is what's the name? The only thing that you're not supposed to have there is oh, look at that. Is this something that it's new from Ubuntu? What the hell is this? Oh my god. The question is, are we able to download this properly or not, or what is the problem exactly with all of this? So the question is this a dev package or not? That's my main question, because I am not sure that this is dev package. So probably we can check dev package. So this is my Ubuntu system. So if I download this, I have a dev file. So I guess that I can do whatever I'm doing on the script to unpack it, which is this. Okay. And it's not going, yeah, let's just unpack here. It's not going to fail because this is quite new and I have everything here. However, inside of this Docker, no such file or directory. Maybe there's a way of what about using this for listing files? Contents. So is -c are the contents, and we should be able to do something like this. Yeah. So this file that it's not working properly, this control.tar.cst, yeah, this is probably something from packages being different. So yeah, I don't want to build from Ubuntu, I want to build from Debian. Everything else needs to CST compression not supported by apt dpgg. What the hell is this? Mainline something something. Since main lane is unable to install a kernel Debian 11 system because something. The kernel.ubuntu site does not claim to support Debian. It's built by and for Ubuntu and Ubuntu derivatives. Debian is not an Ubuntu derivative. Ubuntu is Debian derivative. We don't make something something. Okay, let me see what we have around here. So please add the compression support for CSDT. So this is from 2018. Maybe there's a way of taking a look at these files so that it's a good thing to have or something. So let me check 1 second if I can take a look at all of this properly. So you have this package here, and if you use ARKK, you've got this CST files. Okay, look, oh my god. I mean, I think I'm going to unpack this manually and that's it, because otherwise otherwise this is going to take too much. So CST cat help or something. I mean, CST cat command line interface. I mean, is there anything else? What the hell is this? CSDT command line interface. Oh my god. Okay, let's try to do this manually as if this was, so this is delete. Let's try to do this manually as this was something for Debian, even if we can. So wait a minute. Okay, so once we have this, we should be able to uncompress this with something that I don't know, the compression. Oh my god, the compression. So this should be something like -d something something. Is it like that? Okay. So far we have this thing here and this. Oh my god, where the hell are you? You also have this thing here. That's right. And now we should have this thing here. So there is no compression here. So it should be like this. And now you can use whatever you want to. So let me see. Yeah, I mean, look at that. This is quite confusing. So Ubuntu. So I think this is from the binaries. Where the hell we have found this? Group AMD64 signed binary. So this should be, where the hell are you? Group AMD64 binary. Yeah, here it is. So we want to use these comments instead of whatever we have been used so far. So is this the right, is this the same file name? Yes, it is. So we want to use this instead of what we were using. However, we need to make sure that these comments do exist between inside of this. So this is, no, this is not it. Let's go back here. So this is Docker. Do we have AR? Yes, we have AR. Do we have CSDTD? I mean, is this the right binary? So yeah, okay. What the hell I have? So binary is CSTD. What the hell I'm testing here? Set STD. Yeah, that's the binary. CSTD. Okay, look at that. So now we should be able to use to update the images, which is the automatic builder here, which needs this new file, which is CSTD, and manual builder also, because otherwise this is not going to be complete. So the manual CSTD. Okay. So yeah. So now CSTD help should have everything that we want to have here. Okay, so let me save something here. So now we should have, oh, look at that, I have an extra space which should not be there on Ubuntu, which is here. Okay. That's right. So should be able to say something like secure boot.dx64 Ubuntu download and something like csdtd support. And then you will also have this automatic builder and manual builder doc file. Okay, so we can add them and say something like secure boot binaries, helping to unpack Ubuntu binaries. Okay, so in the Docker part I have already installed this package to simulate whatever we do when we install everything. Okay, and the only thing that I want to do here is just pull these new files which are needed in order to build everything, and just run this again and see what happens here. Okay, so yeah, once we have managed to do this, we should have this Ubuntu image which we can use to boot into Ubuntu, even if it's not the right thing to do with the kernel. Okay, I'll look at that. Maybe we could have use a CST quiet version or something. Okay, so now we have this new image and we should be able to update it here. Where the hell is this? Here. So this is the way that we have managed to understand that this is being updated. So now I can go into my secure boot and I want to boot a normal image without anything about IA32. And wait a minute, I need to check the what the hell is doing this. I need to check the source code for this file, otherwise power down, otherwise this is not okay. Apparently this is the name I have given this. So we have this source code which is working with this images here. So the bars are changed. Okay, so if this is not used, if this does not exist, which is the base name for this stuff. Okay, yeah, so I think this works with IA32 and x64 in the same folder without colliding. So what we want to do here is we have Ubuntu, we have Debian. We want to boot with this stuff here, and now we should be able to check what the hell is inside of this. And we have Debian, so we still have these Debian files, and here we have the Ubuntu files. Okay, we don't have IA32, but we have the Ubuntu files. So this by default boots with Debian. So if I try to find everything here and I do not go into the EFI root, so let's assume that I want to boot Ubuntu. I know that's Ubuntu because the kernel version is newer. So let's try to boot this Ubuntu 5.15, and this is a bad shim signature. It's going to fail. Okay, So you can choose to boot Debian and it's going to work as expected. Let's do it. So now I can boot here and I can reboot. Okay. So now we're going to use this Super Grub2 Disk. But before going into the Ubuntu kernel, we are going to download one specific file, which is Ubuntu shim file. And once you have done this, something special happens. If you take a look here, you can see how we've got x60, you've got here xxd, you've got this is AMD 64, okay, and group UEFI, and you also have the SB vendor is Ubuntu, because we have gone through the group.cfg file that we make ourselves, okay, and that's it. So now we can remove this pattern, and so we are on this version, which is signed from Ubuntu, which is 2.06. You don't know that it's from Ubuntu, but you know that it's signed here. And so what we're going to do is now we're going to detect all of the stuff, and we're going to try to boot into 5.15, which is the Ubuntu kernel. And now it's not going to fail, because this is going to be, you know, the Ubuntu kernel, which is signed by the shim kernel that we have seen so far. So yeah, so this is Ubuntu, and that's it. That's it. So now this is working as expected. So you need to run shell loader +1 and then boot, or maybe from within the menu it's not needed to do boot, because it already does it. So far this is working as expected. So we have managed to have here Debian for IA32, Ubuntu download for x64, okay. And now we need to work on the menu secure boot part. So before doing this, I'm going to push everything into this. I think this is the right way of doing this, and we're going to work on the rest of it. So I'll be back in some minutes now. Yeah, let's put it here. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, so now let's work with this stuff and see what the hell are we going to do. Yeah, so we need, so here we should have this stuff which has the description, which should be yeah. So we need to make a script that has a menu that lets you change from one menu to the other one. Yeah, we also have to define a platform order because I want everything into the same big file. By the way, so far, how much is this? What the hell I have this? Sorry, yeah. So here we have this thing. Maybe we can take a look here. Look at that, 300 megabytes. What the hell? 300 megabytes. And yeah. Okay, wait a minute. This is done manually, isn't it? Because we had these releases 2.6 x beta Super Grub2 not secure but multi-arc USB image, but yeah, I need to copy this here. Maybe not here, but okay, this is the right command to run in order to check stuff. But now I'm a bit confused if this 300 megabytes is because of some stuff or not. So here we should have this thing about, so here we should have releases, and the question is, what the hell happens with this? Okay, maybe we don't need, yeah, it's the same thing, it's 300 megabytes. So this was done on purpose for something. So as you can see, this is not secure boot and this is secure boot. So this file right now with zip is 12 megabytes, and here it's 13.4 megabytes. So it's not so much that you have here, but it's quite interesting how this was done on purpose. Okay, so here we should have in this file here, which we have open somewhere here, yeah. So you've got this generate USB image from group MK common. If yeah, from here you can see how, yeah, you can see how this is going to use, look at that, the minimal position is 33 megabytes. Okay, and we want 256 megabytes because else the particle cannot resize. So okay, so we have a big partition of 33 megabytes, which is the boot, and the other one, the other partition is 265 megabytes, so that's why we have 300 megabytes. However, the more we manage to make Super Grub2 Disk to have more images, we might run out of space here. So this should be make something which is bigger, okay? And so that means that we might need to generate USB image version for Secure Boot so that we can change this, okay? Yeah, so probably we want an option here to, yeah, so you've got this mode GPT or mode you know what I mean, or more MBR. So you want an option which is Secure Boot $2, and then you change this or not or whatever. Yeah, so I'm not sure about this, how the hell are we going to do this, but that's a bit the idea. Okay, so yeah, that's what you, yeah. So let's forget about this problem right now, because I'm not sure how the hell, I'm not sure if the group shows any of this. So if I run this, yeah, probably should probably be able to mount the partition. Yeah, so let me put this here. Let's put into Debian or whatever. Yeah, we don't care too much about this. So now we should be able to check. So here we have this std to boot, something like that. So you've got this STB1, okay, and this should be mounted here. Well, let's take a look here so far. As you can see here, this is Super Grub. Okay, so you take a look here, you've got something related to Super Grub2 Disk, which I think I'm going to check to change this so that it works in a different way, but you know. Yeah, okay. So far you have this, that's nice. And so the question is, how much does this have? So look at that, there's only 31 megabytes being used. So this is quite full if you ask me. 95% full. That's a lot. So if you go here and you, yeah, just take a look, this 31 megabytes. So one thing that you can do here is go into EFI, Ubuntu, yeah, go into EFI. You can take a look at how much Debian is using. Default should not have anything, but probably have something here, which is something that I do not understand why there's a default here. But anyway, I mean, I might remove it later or whatever. And here you also have Ubuntu. So how much is it? Debian is 4 megabytes because we have the two of them, and Ubuntu have 2 megabytes. So as we only have 2 megabytes, so if we add Fedora, and Fedora it's, well, let me release this. Oh, we cannot see the, okay, let me help a bit with this. So here you have Ubuntu is 2 megabytes, okay. So if you add, and down here, what the hell happens here? Why? Yeah. And down here you have only 2 megabytes. So if Fedora it's also 2.5 megabytes, we are going to run out of space, and we are not going to be able to put Fedora here. Okay, so that's what you want to do so far, so that it works properly. Yeah, okay, so that's it. So we probably want to have 1 gigabyte of Super Grub2 Disk, so that it's easy to use everything there, because most people have 1 gigabyte, so probably 900 gigabytes, and that's it, so that it fits everywhere. Because otherwise 500 something probably, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about that. Okay, so this should be something like this. That's nice. Okay. So maybe before doing this we want the spaces to be bigger, so let's work on this. So we've got secure boot mode. Yeah, secure boot on, so it's on or not. Okay, yeah, so secure boot on to. Okay, let me see. Who the hell is calling this? Yeah. Let me check here. How the hell do we do this without? So this is secure boot on, which is used here. Yeah, okay, I guess. So we're going to use the same thing here. I don't like anything of this, but you know, the same best way I figure out this is the best way of doing this. So secure boot on. Okay, so this is used somewhere over the rainbow. Yeah, this is used here, I guess. And wait a minute. So if you take a look and search for this, okay, this should be yeah, I think we remove this. This should be something like, where the hell is this? Yeah, so okay, so here we have this thing here. I mean, secure boot on, it's not the right variable, because this should be secure boot image, something Yeah, I mean, look at that secure boot image. Yeah, that's what we want to use. So let me check this 1 second. So we want to have this instead of this. So where the hell are you? Secure boot image. So you can see how this works. I suspect. So you call this, you have the mode and the secure boot image. I mean, you call this one, and yeah, this is not okay. So this should be $1, so that you have it here, and now you have it as $2. Okay, that's nice. So here we have this file here, and this should be secure boot image. Yes. Let's use non-capital letters. And this same thing, we are going to use it on the regular one, which is here. We just do like this, but this is no, because this is the non-secure boot one, okay? And so what we're going to do here is go into this file, which is here. And now we can work on this. So this is not the mode, but the secure boot image. Is this a secure boot image? Okay. Is it a secure boot image? Yes or no? So this is non-secure boot image. Okay. Now we should be working on, wait a minute, one real dim something. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. If does it make sense to define this above there? Yes, I think so. But what the hell is this use here? So if this is greater than, then please use the real dim, which is this one here. Wait a minute. Trying to understand what the code does here. So if the one I use myself is greater than the real one, then the real one is then the real one needs to use the one which I have defined, and that's it. So this should be here, okay, which is minimal. I mean, I don't want to have this code there. Maybe I won't, but it's a bit. The question is, should I put everything down here or not? Don't don't think so. Make sure we have a lot of size for quite secure boot images. Make sure we have a lot of size for many secure boot images. Yeah, so this probably we can put this down here. Make sure we have a lot of size for secure boot images. And also make sure that the final image size is less than 100 megabytes. Yeah, because maybe, yeah, so it's something like 500, like minus this is so that way you can have it's 255. Okay, so if adding secure boot support for a vendor is adding, it means that with 300 megabytes we can add a lot of them. So let me check here. Oh my god, let me check here. Good enough, if you ask me. Good enough. Secure boot vendors for now. Yeah, so we have this 235 megabytes. So if you have 512 megabytes image, you should be able to push this into there, because we are using 500, which is less than 512. So maybe usable megabytes in a megabyte USB. Do you really need the actual memory size? Yeah, that's what I want to check. Oh, look at that, 476. Yeah, it's not the same thing, because 476 476, so let's say like this. Probably you only get when you buy USB. Okay, let's remove them from there. So we have this, so let me do everything again. So this is 201. So 201 like this is 80. Good enough number of secure boot vendors for now. Okay. Yeah, so that means that we want to use, apparently you only got something, so 255 is the one from here. let's remove 100 from there, and let's remove from the std isos partition. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's remove this from the stds. How the hell this partition is? What's the name? Okay, look at that. This is the name that they are using there. The other one is something about boot, but I am not able to find it. Where the hell are you? Yeah, okay. So what? Yeah, where the hell is the other comment? Okay, yeah, sggt boot. Okay, nice. So now we should be able to have secure boot, yes or not. So the no, it's 32 megabytes. And here we want, how much is it? 201 megabytes. That's it. We should be fine about the size. So let's take a look to see what the hell we have done here. So we have added these new ways of calling image MBR and image GPT, okay, and secure boot image, generate USB image. Oh, wait a minute. Generate USB image. Yeah, but why doesn't this appear? This should be here, not there. I might need to add new file or something. Maybe one enter here, and then everything is as you would like to. Okay, look at that. Now it's okay. So yeah, so we have this part one. Okay. And here you have like the MKSB USB and MK USB. And the other thing that I want to check before doing anything more is we want this GPT, because we are not using it. I mean, is it being used somewhere? Which I have no idea. Okay, this is not being used for doing anything, but the day that we need the GPT image, we can do it, okay? Because we have the image, so that it works as GPT. Okay, that's nice. And MBR, is this being used somewhere else? No, it's only being used from these two files. Nice. Okay, so I think this is okay. We should try to see if it works as expected or not, because you know, we don't know. But MKSB USB and MK USB. It's the one from here. USB image, secure boot image, yes, and 201. Do we want a space there? That's a good question. Yeah, probably want a space so that this is not in the same place. Okay, so yeah, I think we are okay. So this should be something like secure boot. Wait a moment. This is not the place where I commit stuff. So this is about doing something that I don't remember about. Secure boot. Yeah, so this is about make the secure boot image bigger than the non-secure boot and the non-secure boot one, so that we can have plenty of secure boot vendors. Okay, so this is nice. So let's check if this is going to work as expected. So let's pull these changes here. Let's build everything. Maybe there's a bug and we can fix it. We'll see if we are right or not. I should have this stuff into so that you don't see anything of this. However, yeah. And look at that, we download from Ubuntu once again. Yeah, so apparently this is working as expected, and now we should be able to copy and paste this here. Yes. So that means that now if we manage to boot this, so we manage to boot this and we go into Debian, maybe. Yeah, let's go into Debian. And you will see how now you will see how now you've got different hard disk. So this hard disk is 471 megabytes. So you are kind of you should be able to put this into 412 megabytes USB. If there are still some of them somewhere, you should be able to put them there. Okay, and so if you take a look here, we have a 200 megabyte partition. Okay, if the first partition is 201 megabytes, and the second partition it's still 265 megabytes. You don't have to resize the 201 megabyte, so I don't do it more than 256. But the other one you want to resize, if you push this into what's the name? If you push this into a 4 gigabyte USB, you want to be able to make this higher. You know what I mean? Okay, so we are done so far. Let me see if there's someone live chat. No, there is not. Okay. Yeah, okay. So now yeah, so now we have this new way of doing stuff, and it's working quite well. And I guess that if you take a look at the zip file, we should have something else here. So this is the releases. So you've got the one which is not secure boot. This is 300 megabytes. That's nice. This one is 470. So this is working as expected. This one only has 300 megabytes as always, and this other one has more space. Look at that. This is 30 megabytes and 19 megabytes. So there's about 6 megabytes about secure boot stuff. Okay, that's what we have here. Okay, so now we should be able to generate this grub.tft image. What the hell is this? Menu. Okay. So yeah, so this is something like make boot image bigger when building its secure boot version. We have already done this. That's okay. Okay, so generate menu something something something. Yeah, I think I'm going to end here the video. I'm not sure if I'm going to resume later today, but we're going to end the video here, and we should just focus on generating the menu here. You know what I mean? That's it. That's it. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching this video.